I have got opening and closing hymns for you for this one finally. So maybe I will do it tonight, since looks like I'll have another extra hour on top of the finishing of this hour project to finish. So the opening hymn is Jackson Browne, Blood on the Wire. And don't think that you can click on it without being signed in. It's a trap. You have to be signed in to watch my video in order to click on this link. And then the closing hymn is Nickelback, Burn It to the Ground. See the description below. Travis Wayne Goodsell. I can't think of opening and closing hymns at the moment. If I ever do come up with them, I'll put them at the beginning of the video as usual, when I forget. In the news, kind of curious, though I pretty much won't get a response from you, but just to let you, to inform you and to have you ask yourself the question. 2 more reservoirs dried up. Those towns no longer have drinking water. Here in Utah, there are towns that no longer have drinking water because the reservoirs are dried up. Does that infuriate you? Do you know that it's Cox and Herbert previously who are responsible? Are you mad at them for what they have done? The news was saying, oh, this may prompt new reservoirs for the future. We should have already known that we need more reservoirs. This is what infuriates me with the federal government. Each and every single time something goes wrong, they'll say, oh, well, we'll need to make sure we fix this for the future so that it never happens again. It should have never happened in the first place. You're our government. You're supposed to plan for such things. We give you tax money so that you can protect America. So are you upset with Cox and Herbert? Coronavirus. We're in Delta. News is saying Lambda is knocking at our doorsteps. May already be here. We're just waiting to see the numbers. Just like with Delta. When it was said that it was knocking at our doors, it was already here, and soon thereafter we started getting reports of Delta virus cases and deaths and hospitalizations. Do you know that it has escalated so severely that the ICUs at the Intermountain Medical Center closed? They're all full up. No room in the inn. Do you know that your children, you sent them back to school? I begged and warned and got angry and yelled at you and had to bleep stuff. Don't do it. Protect your children. Are you mad at Governor Cox for the rise in Delta virus? I even exposed the conspiracy with Cox and the University of Utah CEO of the Department of Mental Health, who plotted to cause the spread and escalation of Delta virus. Are you mad at them? Does that trigger you to get mad at them? What about the ex-cop who was removed from his post for being a sex offender? Apparently, the cops chose not to investigate it. So no charges. Does that infuriate you? What about the Utah Marine who was just killed in that Afghanistan bombing? Does that infuriate you that one of our soldiers was attacked by the Taliban, who refused to allow us to leave and couldn't wait? They saw us leaving, they knew our deadline, they chose not to wait. Does that infuriate you? What about a Mormon boy with a World War II German haircut, shaved around here, shaved closer at the sideburns, blonde hair, blue eyes, as I can see from the thumbnail. Deface messages of support for LGBTQ+ at BYU, because Holland gave a talk Monday. Holland incited that Mormon boy to deface those messages of support. Does that infuriate you? Are you upset with Holland? Oh, right, that's a whole liberal thing. You're probably not upset with that, are you? What about a beloved Midvale teacher killed by a drunk driver? Are you upset with people who drive drunk? This morning while I was running, sure enough, I could smell the alcohol from the car driving by. Hadn't smelled that since they shut down the state for coronavirus, even though it was temporary. The air was so clear, I smelled everything driving by me. But it was so bad this morning, I could still smell it despite the pollution. It was giving me breathing problems. So does drunk drivers anger you? Killing innocent people. A beloved Midvale teacher. Or are you more upset that Utah State and Weber State are imposing vaccine mandates? Where are your priorities for getting upset? Are you mad at the church? Each and every single one of you now knows exactly what I've been going through for years. Having the church paying for and ordering my assassination. I have the documents. Now they've turned to you. And we have the documents. We're full red as of today. Delta virus has swept this land. And it's killing at a faster rate, infecting at a faster rate. And children are getting it at a faster rate. Children are dying, babies are getting infected. And the church is responsible. They have ordered for your assassination, as church is still the super spreader. Church refuses to close, and the church is profiting off of you, your sickness, your hospitalization, your death, and those of your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, your fellow Mormons. Maybe the question should be, why aren't you upset? Afghanistan is going through their last days exodus. It's supposed to be America. What's going on? Why is ours taking forever to get here? What will it take to be the final straw for America, for Utah, for Mormons, to say, I can't take it anymore? The pollution is worse, and I know all about that because I'm allergic to it. The drought is murdering you. It will cause famine. Many farmers have already quit. Won't be a harvest for their farms. We will not make it to the 2022 election, where we already know Marjorie Taylor Greene has the impeachment documents all set, ready to go for 2023, because they rigged the courts. And the Supreme Court has come out with some more stuff that's destroying us. You see, they're purposely inciting us to this breaking point. And America still will not break. And that's not a good thing, because they keep getting worse. I told you, bullies. Once you have somebody bullying you, if you stand up to them, they retaliate. If you conform and comply, they escalate. You are witnesses of this. You now know it's true. You're being assassinated, whether you understand it or not. And yes, I was shocked to see the document of the church paying my assassin. But all you have is a whole website dedicated to it. And you have news that keeps talking about it. All the attacks to destroy your lives. And they're telling you, oh, get over it. This is your new normal. Nelson, if you saw the video this morning, new normal. What is your breaking point? They want you to break. They want war. That's what bullies do. They want blood. And America is just turning the other cheek and getting beat to hell. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be putting this out tonight. I still don't have songs yet, hymns. So maybe sometime between now and tomorrow morning. Listening to the end of Chris Hayes' show, he was talking with the Congresswoman about the Supreme Court's overturning the ban on evictions. And there's already examples of people getting evicted and being separated from their children because they're now homeless. Again, what is your breaking point? Are you willing to give up your children? Apparently, because you're willing to sacrifice them to the virus. What is your breaking point? These people are not to blame because of coronavirus, and yet they're being evicted. I exposed my own property manager yet again this year by clockwork, in the works trying to get me evicted again. I still haven't unpacked from last year's threat to me. Now you guys are experiencing what I've been dealing with. Now you know what it's like to be hunted, to be bullied, to have people want you dead. What does it take? And they're waiting for you to fight them. They want blood, they want war, and they will blame you for standing up and defending your life. They will call you the terrorist, just like Herbert did last year with the Black Lives Matter protesters. Called them domestic terrorists. Nelson also called the Black Lives Matter protesters terrorists. Oaks also called Black Lives Matter protesters terrorists. What is your breaking point? When is enough enough? Or are you just going to roll over and let America be completely destroyed? The entire destruction of the people goes without a single fight. I don't see that scenario in the Book of Mormon. I'm baffled. I'm baffled.